Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for today, June the 18th. We're starting off with level 1. It has 38,000 hit points. Basically go to where I flared, it'll go in and attack, and pew 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 move on to stage 2, which has 85,000 hit points. Also, I'm kind of trying to move in the direction of speeding up these earlier attacks and kind of skipping over maybe necessarily the more detailed stuff about them, just kind of rushing them through. So if you miss them, let me know and I will bring them back. But trying to bring the time down on my videos so that I can get them out a little quicker. As it is right now, it like literally takes like 3 hours to get a video off, and it's crazy. Anyways, so the stage 2, like I said, 85,000 hit points. Just go up from the left hand side and you'll win. And throw your critters, because obviously you're going to be throwing critters. Alright, maybe not. Stage 3, that I'm already skipping to because I know this thing's going to explode, has actually a surprisingly low number of hit points this week. Normally stage 3 is where we look and expect that big massive jump. For some reason, 113k straight up, which is very nice and easy to deal with. Now, what I would suggest is you barrage those boom mines to the left of the base, I guess it is, because that's basically where you're going to be running your tanks. We threaded the two boom cannons and went right up that middle, partially because, you know, it resulted in the least amount of GBE needing to be used, but also it was quick enough that you could get your tanks up and actually kill things. So yeah, we're threading the boom cannon. You can see the one on the left and the one on the right there. And what you're going to want to do is let your tanks... It's kind of nice because if you're kind of looking at the same sort of thing I've got going here, they will just naturally go up for those goos, and then it's just one flare up towards the sniper towers from there, and they'll go right through that little window right in between the boom cannons. Now, basically, from here, I tossed some GBE just to keep my tanks alive because I didn't want to lose them due to, you know, wanting to move on. But if you don't have any more GBE, excuse me, once you're up here and you've got some heals, by all means, you just shoot at the headquarters and burn it down. You might lose a couple of tanks, but you'll get the win, and that's the important part, right? So... moving on to stage 4, which stage 4 was actually a little bit of a weird one today. It has 124,000 hit points and no boom cannons or shock launchers. Not that I saw anyways. Maybe there was one hidden somewhere in the forest, you know, just kind of tucked in behind something. But if you can make it past stage 3, I strongly suggest you give a go at stage 4, because stage 4 is possibly easier even than stage 3. And at 124,000 hit points, the HQ isn't really like that much more, you know, it's not going to take you that much longer. What I do suggest is you throw a barrage at the boom mines in the corner as well as the sniper towers. You're not trying to kill the sniper towers, you're actually trying to kill the boom mines and soften up the sniper towers, let's say. Also, what's nice about this base is one stun takes out all 3 sniper towers and the machine gun all in one go. And if you've got the GBE to do it, I would suggest shooting at the sniper tower that is remaining, just like that. And from here, pretty much, like, even if you don't have the DPS to take the HQ down, as long as you have a load of medics floating around, you can run your load of medics in, and they will help you finish things off, because you're in a safe place. Okay, which brings us to stage 5, which has 177,000 hit points. The shock launcher that I am pew-pewing at right there has 14.5k, give or take. And these boom cannons have around 9,000 each. Now, I kind of messed up my shock. You can actually get both flamethrowers, in that single shock. But even if you don't, by the time you take down the first boom cannon, your tanks will probably switch to the flamethrower that you missed while it's still out of range, and you'll get the nice easy kill anyways. And then you're going to have to re-stun the second boom cannon and cannon. So I kind of let the tanks feed out a little bit, I guess, trying to get some extra easy kills, like from the flamethrower in the bottom left. And then I flared them all the way back and brought them up the sniper tower cannon side, which I guess would be the far right corner. And then with one stun, you can actually take out the two cannons, the mortar, and the machine guns all at once. If you've got the GBE, I kind of went under the assumption that maybe people wouldn't have the GBE, so I tried not to use that stun. But if you've got it, you can hit that whole cluster and just save a mountain of damage on all your troops, which probably would have been a good idea because I end up trying to go up the right-hand side here to just sort of ease the burden on the healers. And it ends up costing me a tank to the sniper tower right about here. Oh, no. It's as I run away. Here. Haha, there, I got it. Yay. First time, right? So, I would also suggest not going down that right-hand side. Like, if you could stun all of those things, stun them, go up to the front, and then just shoot at the HQ and let your healers heal from back there. Probably a lot less dangerous. It keeps you out of range of more defenses and stuff. So we're going to move on to stage 6, which has 268,000 hit points. The shock launcher, which you can see right on, I guess, right in the middle of the screen there, is 19,000 hit points, and all of these boom cannons are coming in around 13.5, give or take. I rounded, that's why. So with one stun you can take out the cannon and the shock launcher, and I would suggest throwing critters maybe a little earlier than I did necessarily, but obviously, it's not that big of a deal. You don't want to throw them too early because the rocket launchers will screw them up. You don't want to throw them too late because the boom cannon will already be shooting at your tanks. So thread that needle and you will be able to have a great day. Now, also, these boom mines that are kind of sitting around on the ground, I started clearing them and then kind of got distracted and stopped paying enough attention. Don't make that mistake. Excuse me. If you can, throw down a pack of critters to take out those boom mines because they hit incredibly hard. As you can see, I just went over one. It took more than half of the life of my poor tank. And then I rolled over another one, and that one, too, finished off a tank. And almost finished off another one. Like, brutal. Excuse me. So, once you've cleared out everything and you've cleaned up the boom mines and all the defenses, I do suggest using your GBE on the two sniper towers, and I think it's a cannon? Just south of the HQ, because if you clear that out, it'll kind of give you a bigger buffer, more of a gap in between your troops and the remaining defenses. As you could see, my medics ran out of shit to do, which is fantastic. Alright, stage 7, 515,000 hit points on this HQ, which is crazy. One barrage on the boom cannon, one barrage on all the boom mines, 2 artilleries on the boom cannon, because that boom cannon has 19.5 thousand hit points, give or take. There is a shock launcher also on the left-hand side of my screen right there, you can see. It has 20,000, and basically what I did here was a little smoky tankin'. I landed everything in the right-hand side. I threw some critters to take out that boom mine because I was still a little butthurt from last level. And sent my tanks into basically the gap. Now the medics are going to hang back a little bit. They'll actually chill in that smoke, and then when the tanks come out, they'll take out the cannon and start taking out sniper towers, and everything's fire is going to be drawn to them. Very, very key. Also, one shock launcher on the flamethrower that just blew up when like all those sniper towers are around. Take out all the sniper towers and mortars and crazy stuff, so it's fantastic to shock there. And then by the time you're done clearing through all that, you'll probably have enough energy for another shock bomb, and you can just toss it on whatever remaining sniper towers and mortars and stuff up the right hand side that you want to clear, basically. Now here is where things get a little tricky. I didn't realize how crazy all those rocket launchers are. There's actually quite a few of them up there. There you can see, you know, like at least 6 sitting on my screen. They add up to do enough damage to start causing problems, especially with the constant pecking from sniper towers. There's 1 or 2 sniper towers that are kind of still in range, so they're kind of pecking away at the old tanks. And then with this whack of rocket launchers pouring down missiles non-stop, it's a little much for the poor medics to handle, and it sort of starts wearing down. So if you're concerned about having enough DPS and having enough time, going from the bottom here, definitely the way to go. If you've got incredibly high DPS and extra time, going around the top might be a better option. Anyways, hopefully this has been helpful for you guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you did go around up top, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to know how it worked for you. And most importantly, have yourselves a fantastic day.